ball. Looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
Change in lanes for a Cougar touchdown.
You're in for a barn burner of a second half.
Shamar gonna walk it into the end zone.
Yeah.
Look at that move. Whoa.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play.
Looking for the home run ball. Looking to go deep. They connect for the touchdown.
Strap in your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on.
Hello and welcome to Chippewa Valley for tonight's MHSAA Regional Championship game between the Chippewa Valley Big Reds and the Southfield A&T Warriors. I'm Brad Fedders with tonight's Chippewa Valley Cable Television pregame show. Tonight is the first all-time meeting between the Big Reds and the Warriors. It is also the first regional championship game appearance for Chippewa Valley since the 2018 state championship season. The Warriors last played for a regional championship in 2016, but suffered a 42-7 loss at the hands of the Eisenhower Eagles. Last week, the Big Reds beat Dakota 17-7 to capture the 8th district championship in program history. Chippewa Valley fell behind early as Dakota scored on their opening drive of the football game, as Brady Hamby found Austin Tuchowski in the end zone from 6 yards out to give the Cougars this 7-0 lead. Chippewa Valley tied the score at 7 with just 3 minutes to go in the first half, as Devontae Love picked up an Andrew Schuster fumble and rumbled home from 2 yards out. Giuliano Haddad added on a 36-yard field goal to give the Big Reds a 10-7 lead at the half. The only points of the second half were scored by Chippewa Valley, as Andrew Schuster found a wide-open Cash Shaw in the end zone, completing the 7-yard touchdown pass, which extended the Big Reds' lead to 17-7. The defense held up the rest of the way, including 2 game-sealing interceptions by Dwight Downing and Donnie Deagle. Andrew Schuster finished the game 15-24 for 188 yards, while the Big Reds' defense held the Cougars to just 206 total yards. As for the Southfield A&T Warriors, they come into play tonight with a 10-1 record and are averaging nearly 34 points per game. The Warriors won the Oakland Activities Association White Championship with a perfect 5-0 record. Their only loss of the season was to regional qualifier West Bloomfield. Last week, they captured the district crown with a 36-25 victory over Cass Tech. An early Dorian Freeman interception set the tone for the Warriors, as they would score a few plays later on a QB keep by Kansas commit Isaiah Marshall. Southfield would score on their opening 3 possessions of the game, including a 60-yard touchdown pass by Marshall to Juwan Jarrett. The Warriors led 22-6 at the half and never looked back. They added on 2 additional touchdowns in the second half, including another Marshall to Jarrett connection, this time from 33 yards out. The Cass Tech technicians would score the final 19 points of the game, but it was far too late. The Southfield A&T would take home their 2nd district championship in school history. The winner of tonight's regional championship game will play next week in the state semifinals and will take on either Clarkston or West Bloomfield. That game between the Wolves and Lakers is also being played tonight on the campus of West Bloomfield. Next week's time and location to be announced by the MHSA after this weekend's action. I'd like to now welcome in CVC TV's own Jeff Vitale into the studio. And Jeff, Chippewa Valley takes round 2 against their rivals, the Dakota Cougars. What impressed you the most about the Big Reds' performance last week?
Yeah, the rematch of defense really played well. Offensively, the Big Reds did what they needed to do. The Cougars struck first on a big play. Threw something at Chippewa they weren't ready for, but they adjusted nicely throughout the game. Dakota hit some big plays, especially the one to start the second half, but just weren't able to execute the play. And the Big Red defense stood tall. Got some turnovers. At this point in the season, it's you can win by half a point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, when you take a look at the Southfield roster, there's Division I talent up and down it. They coming off a really impressive victory over Cass Tech a week ago. What can the Big Reds do to shut down this high-powered Southfield offense?
Well, the one common thing both teams have is a loss to West Bloomfield. Scores are probably pretty similar, so you want to definitely limit the big plays, especially when you get to this point in the season. It's playing your A-plus football, taking care of the ball, being able to limit their run game, keeping everybody in front of you, and then just getting your offense going. I think we've seen Coach Denreiter play multiple style of teams this year where they put together a nice offensive game plan, and this offense has a lot of weapons that I'm sure they're worried about having to stop too.
Now we're down to 8 teams remaining in the Division I football playoffs. Chippewa Valley, the lone team remaining from the Macomb Area Conference. Another magical run for the Big Reds. Talk about the senior class for Chippewa Valley and what it means maybe to you and what it means to the school.
The senior class has been outstanding. This team has a lot of talent. They have a lot of speed. We've been able to see big offensive line, making tackles sideline to sideline, explosive plays. I think they've definitely cemented themselves in the history of Chippewa Valley. When you kind of look at what they've done, MAC Red champions, in the long history of this school, the many teams that have come before, it's the 6th MAC Red championship that the team has won. So that puts you kind of up in elite company. The guy at the helm happened to win the MAC Red Player of the Year.
Yeah, sure did. Andrew Schuster.
Yeah, good for him.
Congratulations to him.
It's their first regional since 18, and I believe it's their 8th regional. So again, these guys have done some things that haven't been done by a lot of senior classes that have come before them. You can talk about the 01 senior class and the 18 senior class, which we saw do it in style in Division I, but I think you got to put them in the conversation from what they've been able to do this year. Now the question is, how far can they go? If you go all the way, now you're talking one of 3 teams to ever win a state championship that can really even solidify themselves as maybe one of the top senior classes of all time.
That'll do it for tonight's pregame show. A big thank you to Jeff Vitale and our hardworking Chippewa Valley cable television crew. I hope you enjoyed tonight's regional championship game. A berth in the state semifinals is at stake. I'm Brad Fedders saying so long for now. The opening kickoff is coming up next.